Day two, here we are at the end of the day. We talked about assessments, and that was not the easiest thing to do. It's funny how um, sometimes it's easy to look at myself and understand what I am doing right or wrong in an exercise, but then looking at somebody else and having to explain to them or talk to them or walk them through what I think I am seeing and checking that with them is a lot harder. You get better at it. Apparently, it's a skill you can learn, but that was a really great insight out of today. Another thing that I picked up is from the module as I was reading and preparing for today's session is that I had been misconstruing mobility and flexibility, because flexibility apparently is somewhat passive. You hang into the stretch, so to speak. You just stand there, whereas mobility, you are trying to exert control through your muscles over the movement while increasing the range of motion. That led to an interesting insight and reconsideration of what I call mobility and flexibility in my morning routine that I've been doing for 215 days. So there's something else for us to consider. Super interesting just conversation. I think overall a lot of the value comes out of the teacher, who's the founder of the institution, but also very passionate about people and specifically helping people. So that was really great. We actually talked about a lot more than just the module on fitness, and it just shows how knowledgeable, insightful, and also how he has an informed opinion about certain topics, which leaves a lot of room for debate and asking different kinds of questions to find out what will work best and what is truthful, not the truth, but truthful in the moment and the situation we're in. So totally worth it is all I can say. We had to assess a movement where he gave us two different, or we had to assess the movement patterns of two different types of work that people were doing, and for those movement patterns, then ideate or determine which kind of exercises we will give them to help strengthen the muscles, but also enhance their ability to perform those movement patterns pain-free and over time. And it's funny to see how, depending on the way you orient the body, what's more important is where the force is exerted on the body, or where the body exerts force on the world, that determines the kind of movement pattern that we're trying to assess, and then translating that movement pattern, which could be a step, which could be a squat, which could be a hip hinge, which could be a pull, or which could be a push, we then translate that into training. So that was another insight from today. All in all, very fruitful, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, even though I have a lot of reading and catching up to do in the syllabus tonight and tomorrow morning, and a lot more videos to watch, but totally worth it.